The rain poured mercilessly over the cold streets of London, painting the pavements in silver reflections of passing headlights. In the shadows of a quiet alley, a young woman sat with her knees pulled tightly to her chest, shivering beneath a torn blanket. Her eyes, though weary, carried a depth of pain and stories untold. She was homeless, forgotten by the world, nameless to those who passed by. Yet, on that stormy night, fate prepared to shift the course of her life forever, for a stranger was about to see her not as a beggar, not as a burden, but as a human being worthy of love and dignity. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of love to transform lives, please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. Kindness never fails, your support helps us spread more stories that touch the soul. Her name was Emily. Once, she had dreams, laughter, and a family. But life's cruel turns had stolen everything from her, first her parents, then her job, and finally the roof above her head. Each day became a battle for survival, wandering from street to street, hoping for scraps of food and moments of warmth. People looked through her, past her, as if she were invisible. Her only companions were the memories of a life that seemed like a distant dream and the bitter cold that wrapped itself around her fragile frame each night. On the other side of the world, across oceans and continents, lived a man named Jonathan. An American millionaire, admired for his business success, envied for his wealth, and respected for his influence. But beneath the sharp suits and luxury cars, he carried an emptiness. His heart longed for something money could never buy, genuine love, untouched by greed, unshaken by material gain. He had wealth beyond measure, yet every evening when he returned to his mansion, silence echoed louder than any applause he had received in boardrooms. Jonathan traveled to London for business, but life had other plans. One evening, as his car drove through a rain-slicked road, his eyes caught sight of a frail figure curled up beneath a streetlight. Something within him stirred, a powerful pull he could not explain. He asked the driver to stop. Stepping into the rain, he walked toward Emily. Her face was pale, her lips trembling from the cold, but her eyes lifted to meet his with quiet strength, as if daring the world not to pity her. In that instant, he didn't see a homeless girl. He saw resilience. He saw courage. He saw someone fighting a battle no one else noticed. Jonathan offered her help, not with arrogance, not with pity, but with genuine kindness. For Emily, trust was hard. Life on the streets had taught her that kindness often came with hidden costs. Yet something in his voice, his steady eyes, made her believe that maybe, just maybe, this stranger meant what he said. Days turned into weeks as Jonathan helped Emily step away from the shadows of her past. He found her shelter, arranged food, and gave her the gift of dignity by treating her not as a project, but as a person. Emily began to rediscover fragments of herself she thought she had lost forever. She started smiling again, laughing softly at moments she once thought she'd never have. For Jonathan, the more time he spent with her, the clearer it became that his wealth had never filled the void in his soul, but Emily's courage, her purity of heart, and her gratitude touched him in ways he had never imagined. Their bond deepened, not overnight, but through countless moments of shared silence, shared meals, and shared dreams. For Emily, it was terrifying to accept that someone like Jonathan could truly care for someone like her. But Jonathan's love was unwavering. He wasn't drawn to her past, nor her hardships. He was drawn to her soul. And so, the unimaginable happened. Jonathan, the millionaire with the world at his feet, asked Emily, the girl who once had nothing, to walk beside him for the rest of their lives, not as a charity case, not as a rescued soul, but as his equal, his partner, his wife. The story of Emily and Jonathan wasn't just about love. It was about the extraordinary power of kindness to rebuild what the world had broken. It was about second chances, about looking beyond appearances, and about finding family where you least expect it. Their wedding wasn't a display of wealth, but of hope. Every guest, Every witness saw not just two people joining lives, but two worlds colliding in the most beautiful way, proof that love can rise from the unlikeliest of places. And so, Emily's journey from the cold pavements of London to the warm embrace of Jonathan's love became a story that inspired thousands, reminding the world that no one is too broken to be loved, no one is too lost to be found, and sometimes, the greatest riches are not in the bank, but in the heart. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to Kindness Never Fails, so we can keep spreading light into the world with more inspiring stories like this.